Hello everyone, my name is Ajay Poddar. I am part of Informatica GCS team. As a part of today's presentation, we are going to see how to create and run a mapping in SQL ELT using Google BigQuery. As a part of today's presentation, we will be covering this agenda: SQL ELT overview, target and supported source for SQL ELT mapping, how to create and run mapping in SQL ELT using Google BigQuery, and the demo. So let's try to understand on SQL ELT. SQL ELT, which stands for Extract Load Transform, which uses cloud native SQL to move and transform the data efficiently within the same cloud ecosystem. You can use SQL ELT mapping when your source and target are in same cloud environment. This approach processes all the mapping logic within the cloud. SQL ELT optimizes the data integration by leveraging cloud infrastructure, resulting in faster and more efficient performance. Target and supported source for SQL ELT mapping. This table highlights the list of target and supported source. So currently we are discussing on Google BigQuery. So for this, the target will be Google BigQuery and the source can be Amazon S3 or BigQuery or Google Cloud Storage. Now let's see on demo how we can create and implement the Google BigQuery SQL ELT mapping. Log into IDMC console and open the data integration. Click on new, click on mapping and create. It will list the two options, that is mapping and mapping SQL ELT. Select the mapping SQL ELT, click continue. It will pop up to choose the cloud platform. So currently we are creating the SQL ELT mapping using Google BigQuery. Select Google BigQuery and click on select. So before creating the actual mapping, it will first prompt with the target connection, where you need to specify the target connection, that is Google BigQuery. So this is the mapping UI for SQL ELT, where you have selected the target as Google BigQuery and yet to select the object. So this is the source panel, where you need to select the supported source as per the target selected while creating the SQL ELT mapping. So for this, the supported source will be Amazon S3, Google BigQuery and Google Cloud Storage. So same thing you will be able to see from the connection tab. So currently I am creating a mapping which will read from S3 and write the data to Google BigQuery. So for this, I have already created a simple mapping which read from Amazon S3 through CSV file and write it to the target Google BigQuery connection. So here I have selected the target as AJ test TGT is my Google BigQuery table, and in between this I am using a filter condition where name equal to Ajay. You can preview the SQL ELT query before running the actual mapping. So for that, you need to click this icon and click on generate SQL query. So when you click on this generate SQL query, it will give you the query which will be executed on your Google BigQuery side for moving the data from S3 to your target connection, that is Google BigQuery. You will be able to view the status of this query from the My Job. As you can see, it's in the starting phase, and also from the mapping console. So it has successfully generated the SQL query. Let me expand this. Here you can see the query which will be executed on your GCP or Google BigQuery, that is insert into query from the S3 file. Now let's try to run this mapping. So for this, you need to create a mapping task. Click on the three dot, new mapping task. Here you need to specify the name, runtime environment and the mapping. I have already created a mapping task where I have assigned the name, runtime environment and mapping, and this is the mapping image having the source and target, and in between it's processing the filter condition. Click on next and run this mapping. I have already run this mapping, which was successful, and proceeded the 6th row successfully. You can view the query which was executed on the Google Cloud ecosystem from the session log. So for that, download the session log, and in the session log you will be able to see the entry for the query as highlighted in this yellow. Here you can see the insert query which was ran on your Google BigQuery, and here is the filter condition which I have specified on my filter transformation. For more detailed information on mapping in SQLT, please refer this documentation. We'll love to hear from you. You can send us a mail to supportvideos@informatica.com or tweet us on https://twitter.com/infasupport. Thank you.